Welcome back. So this November, California voters will vote whether to legalize the recreational use of marijuana for adults. California's Secretary of State certified the ballot measure Wednesday. The campaign for and against legalizing pot, if you will, for recreational use is now in full swing. And joining us to debate it is Steve Fox of the Marijuana Policy Project, who advocates legalization. He's also the author of Marijuana is Safer, So Why Are We Driving People to Drink? And Brian Darling of the Heritage Foundation in Washington, which opposes the legalization. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you.
Steve, I'll start off with you. The survey says, I sound like that game show, the survey says, but nevertheless, polling shows about 56% of Californians in this field poll support legalization of marijuana. Why do you believe so many people, at least in that state, are on your side?
Well, I think it's quite clear that what we're confronting here is reality, that people have finally realized that marijuana isn't the dangerous drug that the government has made it out to be for so long. They realize that marijuana is a substance that's really less harmful than alcohol, and they don't think that adults should be punished for simply making the rational choice to use something less harmful than alcohol.
But really, though, isn't this the hard case, at least now, and the reason why it's being taken seriously, more seriously, is that California is cash-strapped?
Well, I mean, that's one reason it is being taken seriously. It definitely would create more tax revenue, more jobs, and so on, and that would be great. But the bottom line is here that people shouldn't be afraid of this as well, that it will have benefits, and all we're doing is making a substance legal that is less harmful than alcohol.
Brian, I'll let you get in on that. You buy any of that argument?
Well, America already has a drug problem. Look at all the problems in Hollywood, out in California, with prescription painkillers and all these Hollywood stars that are dependent on it.
What does that have to do with marijuana?
It has a lot to do with it. Because as a nation, we have a drug problem. People are taking too many drugs. If you legalize it, it's going to be more acceptable. More people will be smoking pot. Kids will start smoking more pot. If you look at the statistics, high school usage of marijuana has gone down since 1979. Why would you want to make it more available to kids and make our problems worse when we already have a problem?
So here, I'll let you guys debate this, but Brian, I'll ask you if those numbers show that fewer kids are using pot. You point to Hollywood. I cover a lot of these stories, these tragic stories. I've not ever covered a story where someone died of a pot overdose.
Well, it does lead to dependency. It is a gateway drug to other drugs like cocaine and heroin. And also, you look at, we're in a society where people are trying to ban trans fats. They don't like secondhand smoke. But all of a sudden, they want to allow the people in California to smoke something that ruins their lungs, may cause mental problems. It's not a healthy thing for people to do. Smoking pot is not good for you.
Steve?
Yeah, there's so much there to address. I guess I'll start with the basic fact that, yeah, I mean, we're not saying that this is the best thing for you. Everything you do has some sort of harm. But the fact is that tens of millions of people use marijuana already, and hundreds or 100 million people use alcohol. And the truth is that marijuana is a less harmful substance, and there's no reason to punish adults who choose to use the less harmful substance. And we're not going to lead to greater teen use. I mean, Brian cites a 1979 figure and says that we're down since then, but we're up since other years since then, and it's been relatively constant that teen use is around 50%, and we're not keeping teens from using marijuana.
We're out of time, guys, but Brian, I want to bring you one more time because I want you to answer the comparison to alcohol, because you hear that a lot. Listen, far more damage seems to be done in our society by drinkers, people of alcohol, than with this marijuana use. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's true, and alcohol does do a lot of harm to families. It does harm people. It's an acceptable activity for people to go out and have a few drinks, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you go and move forward and start legalizing marijuana, cocaine, heroin, other drugs, I mean, where do you end? We need to draw the line somewhere, and we as a society should not allow marijuana to be legal.
Brian, Steve, I greatly appreciate it. And I always wonder with these conversations, like 15 years, 20 years from now, if someone watches this tape, what will they think of this debate?
Exactly.
It's interesting. All right, thank you, guys. We'd like to know what you think, not 15 years from now, but today. Twitter me, twitter.msnbc.com. Do you believe that those voters who want pot legalized in California are onto something, or do you buy the argument it's a gateway drug and could cause more problems in our society? Twitter.msnbc.com.